What is up, you guys? I was thinking, if you want a new reality, you're gonna have to do different things. You're gonna have to hang out with different people and become an entirely different person, if that's what you want. Hi, my name is Jane, and I am healing, finding myself, and creating a whole new reality for me. So if you guys are new here, I went through a breakup last year, and it has catapulted me into refinding myself and being more intentional about who I want to become and what I spend my time in and the people who I spend my time with. So I just went to a Pilates class today, and I've mentioned this before, I think, at least on this channel, that Pilates was one of the things that I started doing to get my mind right and my body right after the breakup. But one of my friends invited me to like a reformers Pilates, I guess is what it's called. I didn't know that's what it was called. I had never tried it before. I only do mat Pilates. And I was really proud of myself because I went and tried something new, hung out with a new friend one-on-one, and it was really nice. It was really cool to be able to open up and bond with someone entirely new who I honestly would have never met had it not been for the breakup. Because if I had continued to stay in the relationship that I was in, I was very complacent. I was not putting myself out there. I wasn't living to, not that I wasn't living to my fullest potential, but I guess in some ways I wasn't. But it was like I was content with my life. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, to me, I really don't feel like there's a right or wrong path. It's just, one path versus another path. That's it. And so had I gone down that road with my ex, it would have been a very predictable, for the most part, a very predictable life, doing the same things with the same people. And, my life would have just continued on that trajectory. But because of the breakup, it was a catalyst to exploring a whole entirely new life, an entirely new group of friends. And it made me realize that, like, this time is so special. And just 6 months ago, I literally would have not ever imagined myself being in this, in this position, in what feels like the best shape of my life. Like, I went into the class not knowing what the hell to do, and I see other people who are like, struggling to keep up, and sorry, one of my crushes is texting me, so there's that. But anyway, like, I was keeping up, and even my friend, she was like, girl, like, you got it down quick, and thankfully it's because I have been doing just regular mat Pilates, and reformers Pilates is the same, pretty much the same movements. It's just you have extra resistance with, the machines that you're on. But it just made me think, like, I was so grateful to have spent that time with a new friend and bond with her. Like, she opened up to me about things that, like, you would only tell, like, your closest friends, and that meant so much to me. Like, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to, like, explore a whole different reality because of the fact that, like, my ex decided to let me go, and that I also gave myself a chance, that I didn't just sit around moping and continued on the path that I was on. Like, no, I told myself, that I wanted to not let life happen to me anymore. I want to take control and take charge of my life, because losing him made me feel so lost. And the only way that I knew I could gain control back, even though, let's be honest, like, control is the biggest illusion of life. But it's just the fact that, like, I can go into this whole new reality with a different perspective, a different mindset, a different, I don't know, just a different lens. And I feel like heartbreak is such a powerful experience that can truly transform you in ways that no other kind of pain can. Right? Like, I'm very fortunate. I feel like the only other thing that is, you know, I guess comparable or whatever, is the loss of a loved one, because it's kind of the same, right? Like a breakup, you're losing a loved one. I am very fortunate that I have not experienced that yet in my life. I haven't lost anybody close to me. I still have my parents. I still have all my best friends. So I'm sure that's also life-changing, not to get morbid or whatever. But what I'm saying is like, the pain of a breakup can be so transformative if you allow it to be. And if you take the heartbreak as a lesson versus, you know, I don't know, something negative, I'm telling you, it can do so much for you. Like, I realized that all my life I had been searching for a partner because I never fully felt complete. I always, from a very young age, I was already boy crazy. And I always felt like having that fairy tale love was gonna be the missing puzzle piece to this emptiness that I've always had inside. And just recently, like literally, I'm 38, and in all my 38 years of living, for whatever reason, something clicked inside of me after this breakup that made me realize that missing piece that I had been looking for all this time was me, was within me. Like, I've always been looking externally, looking outwards to complete this void or fill this void. And now that I realize that, like, I'm the missing piece, ever since I started pouring into myself, ever since I started taking more time for me, going on these, like, you know, self-care dates, meeting new people, and not even, you know, like meeting people romantically, even this, where it's like you know, you just get to know people instead of staying in your bubble. Like, I just have never felt more fulfilled in my life until now, until recently, until after the breakup. And I just feel so lucky that I was able to recognize this and take advantage of that pain to propel me into situations and experiences that I would have never otherwise have gone through. Like, I lost who I thought was gonna be the love of my life, someone who I thought I was gonna marry, maybe even potentially have a kid with, and instead I gained so much more. I gained an entirely new group of friends. I have been killing it on my content, posting consistently, something I have never done before, like actually showing up for myself and building a community. Like, to lose one person for all of that, you know, losing someone who didn't even want to be here anyway, like, I have no guilt anymore on my conscience. Like, you know, we both fucked up, we both owned to our mistakes, and you know, he seems to be happy now in his reality, and I'm so happy now in mine. And of course, there are still lonely days. There are still days where I'm just like, I do miss him, you know? And that's a good thing. That means that, like, I really chose my partner out of love, not just, you know, it wasn't just all bad. But I'm just so grateful for this realization, and yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain this. I don't even know how this is really helpful for anyone else. I guess maybe how I would want this to be helpful for you is, like, let me be a living example of, like, where you can end up if you just, like, allow yourself to truly sit with yourself, sit with your feelings, sit with that loss, and sit with, you know, all the possibilities that are now at your fingertips because of the fact that, you know, you're free now. Because, I mean, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming that you have also recently or whatever have gone through a breakup, and maybe, you know, like, you're wondering how long it takes to, like, truly get over somebody. And, you know, like, I obviously am hesitating because I don't think I can say that I'm fully over him, but I am over him enough to be grateful and to be happy with what has been replaced by what was once my entire life, basically. You know, my entire life revolved around this one person, and I've learned from my mistakes, and I know now that, like, whoever I end up being with next, I just want to go about it entirely differently. I don't want to go about it the same way again anymore. So yeah. All of this to say, if you don't like your reality right now, if you are in pain and you don't know how you're gonna see yourself out of it, you just gotta move. You just have to get up, take action, do something. And it's gonna feel unnatural at first, and it may take a few times, right? Like, you can't force yourself to do something that you don't want to do. I get that. But at the same time, you will get to a point where you're gonna be so sick of where you're at, sick of crying, sick of, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't just mope around. Like, I have to actually get up and, you know, keep myself busy. And the more that I did that, the more that, like, I just didn't think about it. Well, I let myself think about it because I did journal and all that. But what I mean to say is, like, the more that you actually get up and give yourself a chance, that's literally been my motto this entire experience, is like, give yourself a chance. You don't feel like going out there? Why not? Give yourself a chance. You don't feel like meeting new people? Why not? Give yourself that chance. Like, you already know what it's going to be sitting at home moping, crying, and sad over your ex. Like, you know where that's going to lead you. And maybe you do need that period of time for a while, but, like, you know, once you don't want that, get out there. Find a new group of friends. Find a gym class. Find a Pilates class. Find a dance class. Find a pottery class. Find anything that will get you out of your head, out of your mind. Do something with your hands, you know, so that you're not just, like, doom scrolling somewhere. Like, do things that you've never done before. Because if you're already in pain, why not shift the pain of your heartbreak to, like, the pain of discomfort, or the pain of, you know what I mean? Like trying something new. I don't know. that's what I did. I was just like, you know what, I'm already in pain. I might as well like do something not painful, but you know, like to torture myself. Like, I'm sadistic like that. I have bipolar type 2, if you guys didn't know that. I do have suicidal ideations. I would never actually do it, but I do like think about those things, or it's just, you know, like I want to like self-harm and hurt myself, because I would rather the pain be physical, something that I can inflict on myself to take away from the emotional pain that I feel. And you know, I used to do that when I was younger, and you know, like in high school and stuff. But now that I'm older, I'm like, well, what else can I do to get my mind off of my emotional pain? So I started going to the gym. I started doing Pilates. I started lifting heavy, like those things that hurt, and there's pain there, but at least like that pain pays off, you know? So if you're looking to transform your pain into something else, like I said, going to the gym, like doing something like that, I don't know. And so, whew, it feels good. It feels good. And for those of you guys that are in the same position, I do hope that you take advantage of this time to just explore and be with yourself, become your own best friend, check in, see, you know, don't judge yourself for what you're feeling, and just discover what else is out there for you, you know? Anyway, that is my rant for today. I don't even know if any of that made sense, per usual, but that is the latest update. And you know, let me know in the comments what y'all are going through, and you know, if you are at that stage already where you feel you're over your ex, or if you are still lost as hell and just hoping to be right here where I'm at now, you know? Because again, took 6 months to get here, but you will get there eventually if you let yourself. If that's truly what you want, trust that you will get there, as long as you're taking aligned action to where you want to go. If you don't want to be sad anymore, then you know, try to find something that will get you out of your feels. If you don't know what that is, like I said, try anything and everything. But if you're not trying anything and you're just staying in the same place, you can't expect anything to change. You gotta get up, pick yourself back up, and do something about it. Sorry, tough love, but you know, diamonds don't just grow off of trees. Like, you gotta apply pressure to, like, you know, create something beautiful, and I know you can do it. Maybe this was just the extra push that you needed. So until the next one, you guys, happy healing. I love you, and love yourselves, man. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.